Welcome to Monday ReTsene with Pretoria Psychologists. It's great to be with you in this July month. I hope you are keeping warm. Just a reminder that we have expanded. Pretoria Psychologists has expanded to Emalahleni. So for the 013 people, see you there at Center de la Vie at suite number 312. So I just wanted to ensure that we have greater reach to all of you, just like we do on this platform with psychoeducation. This month of July, we are unpacking mental illnesses, and you will be surprised to think that even in 2022, there's still lots of stigma around mental issues. There is still pervasive myths around what causes mental health issues and problems, and how do we effectively help somebody come along them, support them, and treat them. One of those pervasive myths is that mental health is as a result of somebody being weak. There is nothing being weak about having a mental illnesses. All of us are susceptible to mental illnesses. We can, go under the weather, if we want to call it that way. We can, at different times, experience trauma, and depending on our pre-existing condition, that can be a precipitating factor for us going into a particular mental health issue. So there's nothing being weak about somebody who's experiencing a mental health condition. Other myths will be that you don't need treatment, maybe just popping a pill, you'll solve something. Sometimes you find that there are underlying issues that are behind why we experience a particular mental health issue, challenge or a problem. I will give an example as I spoke about trauma. So let's just say I walk out of here and I get mugged, and I don't see how popping a pill will necessarily help in the long term, other than dealing with a traumatic experience that have caused me to have anxiety, to be hypervigilant, to have sleepless nights, to have flashbacks about that traumatic event. I'm not saying that there's no place for medication in mental health problems, but I'm also saying that psychotherapy can help unpack, because you might find that this trauma that I have experienced when I'm walking out of here being mugged has also caused other or triggered other issues that were already underlying and that were maybe laying dormant. So talking to someone really helps, especially a professional. Also, it's not to say that talking in other spaces is not valid. It's very valid. It's only that if that space is a trusted space and you are able to open up in a non-judgmental space, then that can be helpful. Other things that make mental health to be still a myth, it's the stigma that people carry around mental health issues or illnesses. People stigmatize according to class, according to race, according to age, according to different kinds of demographics. There is no such a thing that mental health affects a particular group of people. We are all susceptible to mental health illnesses. And as I said, and maybe something that is very recent that we have been talking about over and over again, is looking at the COVID-19 pandemic. It was not a glass thing that COVID-19 affected us negatively. It was global. And depending on our resilience, we all were affected and responded to the trauma of the COVID-19 pandemic differently. Yes, other people thrived, they took it as an opportunity, but many others who are still suffering those ramifications, they are still having the effects, the mental health effects of COVID-19. So there is no such a thing that it is poor people or rich people or people that are younger or that are older or people in the certain socio-economic classes. It is all of us that can be affected. In that, I want to say that all of us are going through the most. I think there's many hashtags that have been applied in the streets to say that please take care of everyone, and how you speak and how you approach a person. Do not dismiss somebody's emotions when they share it with you. And sometimes it might be difficult when somebody's coming to you and sharing with you to say, I am suffering from this and that, to not know what to do. One thing, they just want you to listen. Listening will be one of the things that heals them in that process. Another thing is not judging what they are feeling, not judging their experiences, because their experiences are unique to them. It's by just offering an empathetic ear. Sometimes it might be that you are unable to help or solve. Do not think that you need to solve something on behalf of someone. You can refer them to a professional. You can refer them to an adult if you are a young person. Sometimes it's also okay to say to a loved one that I am unable to handle what you are bringing to me, and to kindly refer them to somebody that you feel will be well equipped to deal with them. So what I'm saying is that listening is part of the healing, and you don't even need to be intervening for you to be making a difference. If you or a loved one is going through something that for you feel you are out of depth, you are welcome to refer them to us, to give them and offer them that professional support. And help is out there, even free support and not just paid support. It's available for everyone who reaches out. With this, see you next time. This is Monday ReTsene with Pretoria Psychologist Nkateko Ndala-Magoro signing out. See you.